In this lecture, we're going to show how we can create a new plane and how we can create a sketch on the new plane. So we were showing how we can create a sketch on the standard planes, front, top, and right. As well, we can create a sketch on the part faces, as we shown before. But as well, we can create a new plane and we can create a sketch on that new plane. So let's go to the Features tab. Let's click here, and here we can choose a plane. Let's choose this plane. And now here we have three references, first, second, and third. To define a new plane, at least you must have one reference. For example, you can use as a reference face, edge, vertex, or any other standard plane or some sketch that you have created. For example, some center line, some line, or some point. So now for the first reference, let's choose front plane. And now we can see that we have a new plane that is 50 millimeters off from front plane. Here we can increase this distance or we can decrease it if we want. As well, we can flip offset. We can go to the other side. As well, here we can increase the number of planes, 2, 3, and now here we have 3 planes with a distance 50 millimeters. Let's go to 1 and let's click OK. And now here we have a plane 1. And this plane 1 we can see here on our Feature Manager design tree. So everything what we do here, we can see on our tree. You know, for example, if we want to create a sketch on this plane, we can just simply click on this plane and let's create a sketch. Let's go, for example, with a circle. Let's go to the origin, let's create a circle. Let's go to Features, Extruded Boss. And we have a new feature on the new plane. Let's show other options how we can create a plane. Let's go to Features. Let's go to Plane. Now for the reference, let's choose this face. And now we can see that we have a new plane that is 50 millimeters off from this face here. Let's click OK. As well, for the reference, we can use newly created plane. So let's go to Reference Geometry Plane, and we can choose this plane as a reference, like this. Let's click OK. Let's go to Reference Geometry Plane. Let's choose, for example, this face now, and now we can see that here we have our new plane. Let's click OK. Now let's go to Reference Geometry, let's create a new plane. Now let's choose this edge. And now we can see that our plane is yellow, which means that we have to select another reference here. So let's choose this face. And now we can see that SOLIDWORKS automatically makes perpendicular relation. If we want that, we can accept this. If we don't want that, we can, for example, go to the angle and we can define an angle between the plane and face. Let's go to 30 degrees, like this. We can also go flip offset if we want. Let's click OK. So here we have a new plane under 30 degrees angle. Now let's go to Reference Geometry. Let's choose Plane. And now as a reference, first reference, let's choose this vertex. As a second, let's choose this vertex. We can see that we have to select the third reference. Let's choose this vertex here. And now we got this plane like this. Let's go to Reference Geometry again. Now as a first reference, let's choose Plane 2. And as the second reference here, let's choose Plane 3. And now what we got? We got a mid plane. As we can see here, mid plane is active. So this plane is right in the middle of the distance between those two planes. Let's click OK. Now let's go to the sketch and let's create a new sketch on this plane here, Plane 3, like this. Let's create some center line, and the center line will go approximately like this. Let's exit sketch, and now we're going to use this center line as a reference. So let's go to Features, and let's create a new plane. So we're going to choose this center line, and we're going to choose this plane. So we can define here perpendicular relation. If you don't want this, you can go to Angle, define an angle 60 degrees, and click OK. Now as you see, you can create as many planes as you want. As a reference, you can use sketch, face, standard planes, edges, vertices. So anything that you want, you can use as a reference. You can create parallel relation, perpendicular, at angle, coincident, distance, and midplane. Now as you see on the left side, we have 8 planes. If you want to, for example, change the references of the plane 5, you can click on this plane and let's go to the edit feature. And now, for example, we want to change the angle to 75 degrees, like this. And let's click OK. Or for example, we have a plane 1 and we know that this is the distance of the front plane, 50 millimeters. So we want to make a distance of 100 millimeters. So we can click on this plane, plane 1. Let's go edit feature. Let's increase the distance, 100 millimeters. Let's click OK. And now we see that here we have 100 millimeters and this feature is still on this plane. But now it's 100 millimeters from this front plane here. So this is how you can create a different planes, and this is how you can create a sketches on the newly created planes.